Yeah, I was really interested, even at the time, like the monetization of the self and what I
Mm,
ended up kind of looking at as the commoditization of the self
yeah.
was really quite new. It felt like when I was researching that, I was like, oh, this is a bit hot. Like
Mm.
people haven't figured out how to do this yet. So it was all about kind of presenting that perfect image. And there was still kind of spaces where you couldn't quite tell if someone was an influencer. We didn't have that term quite yet. It was just starting to come into parlance by the time I finished my PhD, or if they were presenting an authentic life narrative. But that commoditation was, I think, something that's fascinating because I think when we think, oh, like people are monetizing their self-images, our impulse is to kind of think, oh, that cheapens the self-image, makes it fake or inauthentic in some way. But I think when I started looking at it through the lens of media theory, feminist media theory in particular, and life narrative theory, you come to actually unpick how and actually to realize that commoditization is part of every textual economy, right? There was this kind of agentic impulse, I think, in what girls and young women do when they say, I'm going to create the image and I'm going to monetize my own self-image. I'm going to use that in ways that it has been used by others in the past.
That's so fascinating what you're saying about like authenticity as this reaction to this perceived commoditization, because then the new authentic representation becomes commodified, and it's just this cycle that continues to go.
It absolutely is. And I think that's long fascinated me. And I've never ended up coming to a place where I feel like I can write about it because I think it is one of those really like moving targets. But it is the case that like every time something kind of is coded as authentic, it then goes through this transition where it becomes suspicious and people start to adopt it. Instead of becoming authentic and spontaneous, it becomes a convention and something that shapes kind of like a vessel or kind of, I don't know, outline that we can then step into to say, I'm being authentic when I'm telling you this. And then people realize, oh, no, it's a shape that people are stepping into to tell us they're authentic.